So I had a subscriber ask me a question, and he said, "Why do some people be able to smoke weed and they don't get paranoid?" And he also said, "Talk about the physical properties of weed." Basically, he was trying to ask, and he was trying to figure out why some people can smoke weed and it don't affect them. They don't get paranoid, and explain the healing factors of weed. And I mean, the short answer is that some people vibration is just so low that you still get paranoid, you still get scared, and some people just can't handle the weed. Weed is something that is not for everybody, but I mean, everybody can smoke, right? It's not something that's dangerous. It's not something that's you know it's not something you should be doing habitually. It's not natural to just continuously smoke weed, right? But some people can handle that. Some people, they love it. Some people, they love the feeling, and some people, abuse it, right? Now, do I care if you abuse it? Absolutely not. I don't care. I smoke weed from time to time, because it does have a lot of benefits, right? The first things first, though, that I want to say is the reason why, like I said, people get paranoid is because your vibration is so low, right? There's no reason for you to smoke weed and get paranoid, and you have to know your limits. Not everybody can smoke a whole blunt to the face, right? That's something I can't even do. I know my limits. So when I smoke weed, it's not necessarily about the high. It's more about what benefits the weed can give me, bro. And it's different types of weed and it's different types of strand. I'm at the point to where I could feel, the difference between different strands, right? And not just like the indica or the sativa, because you can smoke some indica that can give you a greater high than sativa and vice versa, right? So number one is you have to be able to handle the smoke. You have to be able to handle it, and you have to set an intention for you to even, you know, properly enjoy it. And at the same time, you got to know your limits. Some people, I can understand the pressures of being around friends or people you love, but me, I usually don't smoke when I'm in big crowds, or in certain scenarios to where I know things can go south. It's nothing wrong with that though. Like, I get high, but normally I smoke by myself. And if I gotta go out in the world, I go out in the world, right? But I'm not like a public smoker, right? I don't smoke before I go places usually, but I can handle the weed, so it doesn't affect me when people get around, right? And I'm advanced enough to be around people and not tweak out, right? And that all comes to your tolerance. Plain and simple, your tolerance says a lot about you, right? And not in a negative way or positive way. It's just, are you able to handle it? It's really that simple. A lot of people just can't handle the weed because they look. I'll say this: if your vibration is low and you get paranoid, basically all I'm saying is your vibration is low, because there's no reason to have fear or there's no reason to be paranoid. Now, I can understand if you just now smoking, like if you just picked up the blunt, you ain't really smoked before, or you took a large tolerance break. That first high can be very, 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 very intense. I'm talking about so goddamn intense, you losing your goddamn mind. That's different than being paranoid. You just took a long break, and you just not used to what this eye's doing for you, right? Now, when it comes to what weed actually does for the body, it's actually healing. It's a healing property, right? Especially the more natural it is, the more you're gonna feel your body, right? Now, like I said, there's different types of highs. You got some weed where it's like a body high, and then you got some weed to where it's like a head high, right? Like most sativas is gonna have your ass up, jumping, wanting to do something, ready to get active, and you enjoy yourself a little bit more. Depending on which state you are and what level you want, like I said, sometimes weed can lower your vibration, and sometimes weed can high like raise your vibration. It's just about who you are and how you enjoy the experience, right? I don't have bad experiences with weed, but I do sometimes smoke bad weed just in general. Sometimes it's just the weed you smoke is not good, but that doesn't mean your vibration should be lowered. Um, I call only time I call the weed bad is if I'm not like, how do I even explain this properly? The only time really weed is like bad to me is if I don't enjoy the specific high, but I'm never paranoid. I remember the last time I sat there, smoked a blunt, was getting blazed, and I felt paranoid. I don't remember the last time. I was like a little ass kid. I was probably like 17 or 18, and I'm currently 21 now. I don't usually get bad highs, but it's because I have realized what weed is actually doing. It raises people's vibration. That's why people like to laugh. People smoke weed, they laugh, they enjoying themselves, because that's what it is usually for, right? You're not supposed to have really a bad time smoking weed, right? You're just not tolerant enough. You smoked a little too much. You overdid it, right? So if you somebody that's coming from a little tolerance break, or you ain't smoked in a while and it's been a minute, make sure you only take a couple hits until you feel the effects, right? It only really, like, if you smoking some good grade A weed, you really only gotta hit that bitch once or twice. I swear to God, you don't even need to smoke the whole blunt to the face, right? It's a different part of the game, right? Some people are deep underwater, and some people can go to that level, right? Some people, they are experienced enough to where they can handle that much pressure, right? Because it is basically building you up, and it's ripping you away who your true self is. Because when you sober, that's who you usually are, that's who you normally are. But when you smoke weed, everything's enhanced. You see colors is brighter, things is better, or things can be more intense and worse, right? And that's just the negative side of it. If you're not able to handle the weed, make sure, first things first, if you're not able to handle weed, don't force yourself to smoke. But some, because weed is really extra. It's not something people need, right? But like I said, it's a different part of the game. Some people smoke weed because they need the weed, right? Some people, like monsters out here in the sea, it helps them calm down, right? So that's why you could see the monsters, they out here smoking blunts after blunts after blunts, right? Because it calms their nerves down and it puts them in a relaxed state, right? Not necessarily calling a vibration low, but most people you see out here that abuse weed, they use the weed to get them above water. They use the weed to keep them sane, right? So it's different. That's a whole different reason why they smoke. But for someone like me, I'm smoking because what the weed does for you, it heals you. Let's say you get an injury and you smoke some weed. Well, I'm trying to tell you, you would shrug that bitch off. It's medical, it's medicinal. Weed is literally a healing flower. It's to heal. And different weed has different effects. That's why, if you're somebody who has a med card, or you somebody who goes to the local weed store, right? It's different strands. Just ask the person what properties it holds. Ask the person what strand it is, what type it is. Get to study the weed before you smoke it. But like, if you got a plug, I mean, it's really a 50-50 chance. You really don't know what the fuck you about to smoke, right? Unless the motherfucker is telling you and explaining you what type of gas they got. It's really a 50-50 chance. Most people, they got plugs, right? At this point in my life, I go to the med store, right? I go to the med store. You don't need a medical card. Well, it's, in Virginia you don't. In Florida you don't. You could just go to the store. You got to be over 21. And they just got to see your ID, and you able to grab some za. And I think it's a cool thing, but at the same time, I think some people, it's a lot of people in the world that don't even really have business smoking weed, because it's like, it's not for them, right? So if you somebody that's still getting paranoid, don't worry, don't stress about it. It's probably just because a lot of people not even at a low vibration, but the weed, if you consume too much and you're not ready for it, you're gonna have a bad experience. It's just greening out. It's not necessarily that you can't hang. It's just you overdoing it. It's really just that simple. Some people just like to overdo it, and you smoke it too much at one time. So, but like I said, what I recommend you is just hit the blunt once or twice. I mean, if you can't handle a one or two hits, then you just a novice. That's just it. It's just really that simple. You're really just a novice. Um, because I don't get that paranoid feeling no more, because there's no reason to be paranoid or in fear. Nothing's gonna happen to you, especially if you somebody that's smoking alone. Like, bro, that's the best highs to me, when I get to smoke alone and I'm chilling and I'm in my own vibe. I'm having a good time. Now, if you somebody that's out and about and you with friends and you with other energies, you just got to be aware of the energy that they are attached to, right? Because remember, we still live in a spiritual plane, and a lot of people, they are naturally at a low vibration because of the earth, the foods that they eating, the things that they do. So even though he might be a funny, good person, the things that we is doing to him, his vibration might go up while your vibration might go down. right? So you just got to be aware of the company you hold, right? There's no reason to be paranoid. There's no reason to be freaked out, right? Because all weed is doing is enhancing your soul. It's at the same time it's healing your body, but at the same time your soul is freer, right? That's what weed is really for. It's freedom. Weed is like the most freest shit. It's like it's gonna make you think different. Your patterns, your wavelengths, uh, like what you understand and what you think exists and what you think believe is way more enhanced because weed is a spiritual drug as well as a healing drug, right? It puts you in a state of discomfort only if you at a lower vibration, and if you at a higher vibration, it's gonna put you at even more comfort. Shit gonna speed up instead of slow down. That's another effect that I found out. A lot of people must smoke weed and time feels like it's going slower. I don't have that. Like I don't time don't feel slow no more. I like when I first started smoking weed when I was at a low ass vibration, I had no idea about spirituality and I had no idea about self. I had no idea about, anything for real, for real. I was just living and existing and I just thought the world was the world. I still really didn't get paranoid, but I get greened out, right? But it was just I just knew I was just smoking too much and I just couldn't hang. I literally that's all it was. I was just a novice, wasn't a pro. I wasn't a vet. I definitely wasn't a vet. I just was a straight novice. I was an egghead. I was green, bro. I was green as fuck. And that's why they call it green and out. Boy, you can't handle your own. You can handle it. It just was too much for your ass. Weed is powerful. It is really powerful. But it does have lasting effects. And depending on how much you smoke, it's gonna last longer, right? But I say this, man, if you somebody that's just like a newbie that's smoking, bro, you don't have to smoke that much, bro. I swear to God, a .5 will get your ass higher than the people that smoke and face the whole blunt. I promise you, bro. 3 hits to a newbie is like a whole fucking face blunt to the face to like a pro, right? Vets, they get to smoke, 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 smoke. They've been doing this shit for so long that they comfortable and they used to the feeling. They can handle the pressure that the weed is giving them, right? Weed is something that, you know, enhances every little thing about everything. Shit just be so fucking extra. And like I said, like when you a novice, like and your vibration is low, things will be slower. If your vibration is high, things will be quicker and things will move faster, right? You just a lightweight, right? Lightweights, they have like things affect them easier, and it's better when you a lightweight. I'm gonna be real with you. If as long as you can handle who you are and what you are, being a lightweight is like a fucking blessing because you're not gonna need to smoke as much. I don't really recommend drinking. Like drinking is there's no reason to drink. I can understand a little glass of wine or something like that, but I really think you should be an adult if you want to get into liquor and wine. I can never recommend it though. Like drinking is a whole different game. To me, drinking is spirits, bro. You drinking spirits and you literally accepting yourself. You opening the doors for bad spirits when you drink. Drinking and weed is two different things. Weed is not necessarily the same as drinking. Drinking is some shit. Drinking is a different game. And I can't even really talk about it because I stay away from drinks at all costs. I don't drink at all. It's just too much going on. I've seen too much happen when people drinking make people angrier. It make people, but at the same time, drinks can make you, a lot comfortable speaking up. That's the thing with drinking. We don't really have that same effect. If you somebody who's like, I guess it could have those effects, but it doesn't have like those like I don't normally see people. Okay, I'll say this: weed is not something you smoke and then you get angry like drinking. But if you like a chronic smoker, right? You probably gonna get angry when you don't have the weed, and that's when the weed has taken over your life. That's when you have to reevaluate yourself and start from fresh, and you gotta get rid of all them demons within you that's already lurking. Like that's a self problem, right? As long as you able to maintain who you are, love yourself, keep loving your heart, weed ain't gonna do nothing but just help you. You're gonna be happier. Your interactions with people is gonna be funnier, better. You're gonna enjoy yourself. And like I said, when I smoke weed, people don't even know I'm high, right? Because I'm able to handle myself. It's not even a mask I gotta put on. I'm completely free, liberated. I just be myself, right? And that's something weed helps you do, right? Weed is something that can help you, find yourself, right? Find you at a peak setting. like when you smoke weed, bro, like I said, it enhances things. So it's naturally a progression, right? It heightens everything. It's like going Super Saiyan, right? You ever watch Dragon Ball Z and they go Super Saiyan and shit, they stronger, they quicker, they faster. When you at a high vibration and you smoke weed, that's basically what the weed is doing, is raising your frequency instead of lowering it. Imagine smoking weed, right? And you at a good level of thinking, you at a good level of self. Then you smoke weed and now your ass paranoid. That's because your aura not strong enough, first of all, and that's because you overdoing it. It's just that simple, bro. You know, the physical properties is always gonna be physical properties. You're always gonna heal. Weed is always gonna heal you physically, unless your mental state is fucked up while you high, right? You gotta understand, the way you think directly impacts the way you feel. So if you got all these damn thoughts in your mind, you got all these thoughts telling you this or telling you that, most of the time that's not even you. You're the consciousness that's free. You shouldn't really even have thoughts. When you get to a certain level of progression in life and spirituality, bro, you're not even gonna be thinking too much. You're gonna be an instinctual being. Just off the bat, you're not gonna really have too many thoughts, or you're not gonna, I mean, and if you have thoughts, it's gonna be your thoughts, because your thoughts are gonna be loud. Especially when you high, thoughts, bro, it's a higher pitch. You're literally getting higher. You're connecting with the source. And a lot of people don't tell you that. When you getting high, you connecting with the highest of highs. You connecting with the most high, pretty much, right? That's why they even call God the Most High, because that motherfucking wave patterns is totally different than us. So the more you can smoke and the more you can handle the weed, the higher you are, the higher you gonna get, and the higher your vibration is gonna be. But like I said, at the same time, some people's vibration is so low that they need the high to keep them up, right? And that's why you see chronic smokers. Some people like, for example, Snoop Dogg. I'm not gonna say he had a low vibration, but what I can tell you, he's a vet at smoking. So, you know, people can't hang with Snoop Dogg. His ass gonna be high as a fucking kite, but he can handle himself. Some people literally, they don't even be at a low vibration. They just cannot smoke that much. And that's not a problem, bro. It's a good, a lot of people not gonna tell you this. A lot of people gonna make fun of you. Oh, you can't hang. Oh, you greening out. Oh, you a novice, bro. I'm trying to tell you, you being a lightweight is the best thing possible, because you're not gonna have to spend that much on weed. The weed gonna last longer, and you gonna be just as high as them niggas facing a whole blunt. 3 or 4 hits, your ass is as high. They just not understand that. A lot of people just don't understand that. It take you less weed to get as high as it take them, right? But your ass, like I said, your ass could take 3 or 4 hits, and your ass gonna be just as high as the nigga that faced the whole blunt, bro. It's just most people not thinking about that. So I never be the person you smoke with, and I'm like, oh, you can't hang with me. I'm smoking more than you, because I realize, like, bro, your limits is just, you just gonna get higher quicker. You just a lightweight. You don't smoke that much. And it's just that. It's the same with drinking. You know, it's lightweights in the world. You just can't handle it. You just can't handle it as well as other people, because they pros at this shit. Right? They've been doing this shit, and it's not gonna affect them the same way it may affect you, because you just a lightweight. It's no such thing, bro. It's no reason to be paranoid. I could tell you that for certain. There's zero reasons to be paranoid when your ass is smoking. I can tell you this though. If your ass start getting paranoid when you smoke weed, one thing your ass need to do is, I'm not gonna say to seclude yourself, but to find something you love doing and enjoy, and to eat food, because motherfuckers be having all these type of things. Oh, how do you not be as high, bro? Eat food. Fuck all what everyone else is saying. Nigga, start eating food. Yo, all that paranoia shit, that shit gonna be gone. I promise. All that tweaking and shit, go fix yourself some fucking food and eat that food. Your ass is gonna be, you gonna be in heaven eating that fucking food. Now, I'm vegan, or well, I'm vegetarian. Well, I ain't even gonna say that. I just don't eat meat. Whatever you want to call me, you can call me a vegan, a vegetarian. I don't eat meat. So the effects that we have for me is different from meat eaters, because meat eaters, of course, you're gonna be more animalistic, because you eat animals. You are what you eat. You are who you hang around, right? So if you a meat eater, we gonna feel totally different than somebody that don't eat weed. I mean, I said that don't eat weed. Somebody that don't eat meat, right? Because meat naturally keeps you at a certain level. You can still eat meat and be at a high vibration, but you're literally eating animals. So all that fear and all that that all that tension, that shit ain't even yours. It's coming from the meat you eat, and it's coming from the things that you digesting and putting in your body. So that's what I recommend. Plus, your ass gonna be your soul. You gonna have a fresh, clean temple. So when you smoking the weed, first of all, you gonna feel the fuck out of the effects of the weed. Yo, when you got a clean temple like I do, and you not eating all this meat, you not eating all this negative bad shit, you're not putting this nasty toxin shit in your body, bro. Fear has been I don't remember the last time I was afraid. Now, if I was afraid of something, it was more like, oh my God, I'm too high in the sky. And I'm not like high as in weed, but like I'm in an airplane and I'm scared that bitch gonna crash. Like, that was the last time I ever had like any type of fear. Like, oh shit, nigga, we too high up in the sky. I just want to hurry up and land the plane. That's just a natural fear. That's natural, something you're afraid of naturally, like heights. Right, but I don't remember the last time I was afraid of somebody. I had fear in my heart, or I felt like, oh my God, that motherfucker's dangerous. I don't have those thoughts because there's no reason for me to be in fear if I don't even know who the fuck you are. I don't even know who you are. Why in the fuck am I paranoid? Or why am the fuck? A lot of people smoke weed and they hyperventilate. Like, they thinking about, oh, do I look funny? Or this is when I first started smoking weed. I was like 15, 16, and those were thoughts I had because I was a novice, right? And I still cared about what others thought about me. You know what I'm saying? So if you already with somebody who thought about, oh, does people, do I look funny? Do I walk funny? And those are thoughts people have. It's been a long time since I had those thoughts. Or you just walking there, man. You gonna overly think like that when your ass smoke. If you an overthinker already, bro, weed could be the answer, but most of the times, 9 times out of 10, that weed just gonna make your ass more overly analytical for no reason, because that's the point of weed. Your awareness is going up. You getting higher. It's like I said, bro, weed is literally, we live in a crazy world and everything's a lot. People don't believe in the magic. People don't believe in you know the heights. People don't believe in the unknown, right? People don't believe in this shit. So when your ass do believe in it, we hit different because your awareness is going up and you aware that that's what happening when you smoking weed. Your eye, it opens your eye. It opens your spiritual eye. That's what we do immediately for everybody. If your ass got one of these, boy, that bitch gonna open up when you hit that blunt. You gonna be aware of energy. Shit gonna be more intense. That's the whole purpose. The whole purpose of the world is to keep this shit locked in, because they don't want you to see that it's something more than what they are telling you, right? But it's not that deep, right? A lot of people get in the game and they think, oh my God, they're after me. My nigga, they do not fucking care about you. It's not that fucking important. Do you know how many people knows the truth of the world? They can't go hunting down everybody. The people that they hunt down is the people, like, they hunt down people that can actually make a change throughout the entirety of the world. Yo little ass, yo couple thousand subscribers, nigga, I can have 500,000 subscribers and they still won't really care about me because all I'm doing is publicly speaking. I used to be paranoid, but there's no reason to be paranoid because, bro, it's not that fucking deep. Do you know how many people know the truth of the world? Bro, do you know how many people understand what's going on? It's just a part of the game. Yo ass just a player now. You just know, you just aware, you hyper aware when your ass smoke weed, and you got the ignorant sheep who just living, who just existing, who not really paying too much attention to their spiritual progress, but they pay attention to, the physical progress, as in, their status in the world. That when you one of those, you're considered a sheep. No matter how big you get, you're still considered fodder in a sheep. They're not looking out for you, bro, because that's the goal anyways. They want you to just reach certain levels. Even if they want to keep black people broke, but even if your black ass get rich, they still really can't fuck with you. They not gonna fuck with you if you get rich. They only gonna fuck with you if you are making too big of a difference in the world. Like, they go after, let's say your ass figure out a way. Let's say this for an example. Let's say your ass figure out a way to just cut gas off completely. Like, somebody did this shit before. They go after people like that can actually halt they shit. Like, oh no, we gotta get rid of this motherfucker. He found the loophole that's just too big. Like, he can actually change the narrative of the shit too much. Those the people they go after. They don't go after little people like me that's just talking about this shit, right? Because what all I'm doing is spreading awareness. They don't touch people like me. They touch people that is changing the fuck out of shit. That's making shit move too much and they don't like it. They don't like how powerful that motherfucker is. Those the people they go after. They go after, like, for instance, they go after people like what was his name? The dude that was vegan, right? They go after I don't even necessarily remember his name. But they go after big fish in the game. They go after people like that that really has a real good understanding and can reach the masses at a massive level. And people that can make people understand where they coming from. They don't go after, you know, yo little high ass. Stop being paranoid. CERN is not concerned about you, bro. These fucking Megatrons, these bots, these AIs out here, they not really worried about your ass, bro. As long as your ass is out the way, you're not really doing too much, bro, you have no reason to be in fear. There's literally no reason, bro. You've just got to always watch your surroundings, but that's just a part of the game. You always got to just be aware of your surroundings, but you should never be paranoid or feel like somebody is coming after your ass unless your ass is doing something that's directly going against them. You know, like I said, me just coming up here, spreading my little word, you know, just coming up here and me doing my little thing, but they not checking for me. I only got a couple thousand subscribers. I mean, my soul might be powerful, right? And my light might be truth, but at the same time, what the fuck they not doing all that extra shit like you think they doing, right? They not really. It's no reason to be paranoid, bro. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. That paranoia shit, especially when your ass get high. I know motherfuckers that get high and they, oh, the police, they coming. Like, bro, why in the fuck is you thinking like, bro, they are not coming for your ass, bro. They are not worried about you. Why? Like, people like that need to stay away from that fucking weed. The people that smoke and they all of a sudden they start thinking, oh, they coming after me. Man, nigga, you need to quit. Because first of all, you just somebody that's gonna be a bother to be around, right? You can't even handle the little bit of weed, bro. We smoking a 1.5 blunt and your ass is tripping. I can't take you on no mission, bro. You can't be around me. I can understand if like, just be silent. You know what I'm saying? You could be vocal in a room by yourself, but when you're around people, bro, don't drag other people down with your badass experience, because they able to handle the weed. If you're not able to handle the weed, you need to know not to be smoking that much or to just quit in the first place. Because like I said, weed is going to open this bitch up. And most people, they not ready for this. I think you at a low ass level if you're not ready to handle what you got, what God gave you. If you're not ready to handle that shit, that's on you. That's not up to other people. I could come up here and explain it, but weed shouldn't have your ass in a paranoid state. Your ass just at a super low ass vibration, or your tolerance is super low and you went above your limits, right? That's your fault. That's nobody else's fault but you. You chose to pick that blunt up. You chose to smoke it. So at the end of the day, if there's somebody to blame, it's your ass. It's nobody else's fault. Nobody told you, motherfucker, hit this bitch or I'ma smoke your ass. Because motherfuckers is stingy with their weed anyway. So I know nobody is talking about that shit. Nigga, when you with your friends, they be chiefing the blunt. They be smoking the fuck out the blunt. And if you somebody by yourself, just make sure you in a nice, cozy, calm environment. Even if your ass is out in the world, there's no reason for your ass to be paranoid at all. Even when people look at you, they just looking at you. It's not like they looking through you, seeing through you. They not like registering who you, bro. It's not that fucking deep, bro. You should not, bro. You could be high as a kite at the mall and have a good ass time. Yeah, it might be regular parasites. Of course, there's parasites in the world, low level demons. But the chances of you coming across a real demon, like a real monster out here that's just waiting to catch a fish, is pretty fucking low, bro. The chances of you getting across that motherfucker while your ass is hot is pretty low. And plus, they understand. Demons know who they can fuck with and who they can't fuck with. It's all about your aura. It's all about, you know, your stance, how you hold yourself, and how you carry yourself, bro. Demons don't even fuck with people they know they can't fuck with. They just like, that nigga's too, nah, I'm not fucking with him. Unless his ass is a real shark out this bitch and his ass just want to smell blood and his ass just want to cause some smoke. That's when your ass got to be smart enough to know how to move. You can't let that little nigga get your energy, or you can't let that motherfucker bother you to that degree. Like I said, it's only a few people in the world that can even bother me at this point. I'm liberated. That's what I like to say. I'm a liberated soul. I'm not somebody that has to go through the things that you motherfuckers got to go through, because I genuinely don't give a fuck about this shit. You know, I don't care about being the richest. I don't care about being broke. I don't care about looking good. I don't care about the hoes and the females. I don't care about this shit. All this shit, I don't give a fuck about. I couldn't really give too much fucks about it. I care about how I feel and what I got to go through. So I'm gonna leave you. This video ended up being 30 minutes, but shout out to that subscriber. I don't remember your name, but shout outs to you for asking this question. If any of y'all got any more questions y'all want to know, I'm probably gonna just be a little bit more consistent, right? I'll be a little bit more consistent for y'all. I know a lot of people got questions, and I give you my best thought, my best opinions. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all, man. Just make sure y'all take care of yourself, man. And Nico is signing out.